follow me down, head into the unknown, down the rabbit hole, where it stops no one knows. We're going down. We're going down. We're going down. Do you dare to follow me down? Head into the unknown.
I have no idea what happened. At some point in the last like 20 minutes, I had 4 streams going because I kept deleting because of the issue with the 3. So I would delete and I created another one and I was in there and I was loading all the stuff. And then nobody was in chat. And I'm looking over and I'm seeing everybody in chat on YouTube. And I'm like, so I had to delete everything and then start a brand new stream. So hopefully, I know that there was like 85 people in the old stream, so I'm hoping they all find their way over here. Let me know if the sound is okay. Should be good. And then just really quickly, so with Derwood coming in here yesterday, you guys, you let him say his piece and then you timed him out. Well, it turns out when you time him out, I can't go back and block him. Okay. So today, just remove his comments. Don't time him out. Okay, mods. Just remove his comments. And then that way I'll be able to go back in and I'll be able to see. I'll be able to find him to block him, right? Just leave him alone. Just yeah. Just leave him alone. Okay. So flustered. I was so prepared. And I know you guys don't have any reason to believe me, but I'm telling you right now, I was so prepared this time. I had everything that I wanted to cover up. So I'm hoping I didn't forget anything. So I'm gonna go ahead and exit out of YouTube because it looks like we're on the same stream. And then we'll get going with the romper room hellos. And I thought about it. I don't think it's romper room. I think it's the polka dot door. Back in the day where they go around and say, I see Tommy, I see Sue. And I don't care if people don't like it. I'm gonna do it. Hi, Drippy. Yes, you were the first one here. And Johnny, hi. Oh, Christina, it's great to see you. She sent me screenshots. I don't know that I would play them anyways. To be completely honest with you. Lenny, are you one of the other Lyns that come in here and just with a different name? If not, thanks for finding me and thanks for being here. I appreciate it. If y'all can hear Harley, he just went outside, obviously, to bark his face off, but there's nobody around for miles, so he can get it out of his system. Hi, Carol. Happy Monday. That is a oxymoron. Hey, Robin. And who else? True crime junkie. I hope Lily and Jack are found soon. My arse isn't dragging. How now, brown cow? clever, but I have no idea. Bitty night. Great to see you. Thanks for being here today. Hey, Julie and Marie. I think I have subs only chat on. Not sure, but I think I did. Miss L, hey. Mrs. L, sorry. Hi. Hi there, Mary. Yeah, hopefully everybody finds their way over here. You know the Muffin Man? Would you be surprised to know that I do? Absolutely. Email me. And there are a lot of people that email me and message me on Messenger, and I do read them, and I don't get back to everybody, and it's not because I don't want to. I truly, truly do. Just I've got so much going on, and sometimes I'll read it and I'll think, okay, I'm going to respond to that when I sit down and have time, and then I never seem to get time to go back and get it. Hey, Roots. Good to see you. I did get the 2 sets of bracelets and the decal out in the mail this morning. One set of bracelets is going to Australia, so that's going to take 2 weeks, but the other one should be in your hands within the week. So Mary Stevens is going to have to wait a little bit longer for her bracelets, but it's on the way. Sky Painter, good to see you. Took the day off work to rest. I'm glad you took the day off work to rest. Did you get worn out saving the world? This individual shipped my bench from the West Coast to the East Coast, in case anybody didn't know. Every single time. Blue Jay and Ginger. Hi. Sorry, Ginger. I meant to say hi, and it's been one of those days. And I watched Nova today, and she did a really good job going through Mike Damon's chat, where Kiki went in and she was kind of answering questions. I was going to play that, and then on my way home I had to go to Vernon, and on my way home I was playing Clutch Them Pearls from last night, and I got really upset. And so I want to play that a little bit later. He was going over the Wade video, and this whole thing is so incredibly upsetting and disturbing. Mrs. L, yeah, he made an attempt, and I will be showing those. Oh, tardy slip withdrawn due to change in time. Thank you. Explorer, thank you so much. I hope you guys can't hear Harley, because he's losing it. And there's nothing out there. So I don't know. Yes, top, there's the 3 little squiggly lines, or 3 dots. Click that. You're probably on top chat. You want to hit live so you get everybody's comments. Hey, Carol. And who else? I'm sorry. I feel so unprepared, even though I was very prepared. I'm not going to read that, Marie, but yes, I hope everybody finds their way over here. What a nightmare. I don't even know how it happened. Like, obviously, I didn't create 2 streams. Like, I don't know how it happened, and then it just snowballed. And I noticed today that Nova had like background music playing, so she didn't have dead air. And to be honest with you, I thought I'm going to do that too, and then things just went sideways. So maybe next time. Drew would run his mouth about Charmaine. Like I said yesterday, painfully predictable. But I'm not gonna make my stream a hate channel for Durwood. I said my piece. I gave him 2 days, and he lived rent free in my mind for those 2 days, just because of the information that I put out and his response to the information. It really ticked me off, and so he's back to irrelevant today. Hi, Tammy. Thanks for coming today. Thank you for trying. I'd help with my tablet. It's a pain in the ass. Hey, Bev. Good to see you. Second time today. Looks like this is the right one. You barely made it. So did we all. So, what's up? Christy, great to see you. Hey, Catter. And Subi Doo. I love that. How are you today? Thanks for showing up. Just the facts, ma'am. I hope there's not two chats happening. I deleted everything. The intro gives you chills. I know. I mean, I'm not going to change it, but I know some people are thinking it's a little bit too dark. But I really like it. I really, really like it. I did close it. I deleted everything. This is the only active one. So if there's still a chat going on, it's got to be a glitch in YouTube, guys, because I swear I did not create multiple streams. I did go back when I saw there was multiple earlier. I deleted it and I kept one. And then when I got back from Vernon, somebody in the other chat was saying, "Oh, there's 3 streams." And I'm like, okay. So it is what it is. Hey, Johnny and Jerry Lynn. Thanks. I don't think I've seen you here before. But thank you so much for finding me and hanging out today. Allison, always a pleasure. Christine, you're always good to see. Jen, hey. Molly Bloom, that's so nice. I'm happy you found me too. Thank you so much. And Bird's Eye, wow, lots of new people. Clutch Them Pearls does too. Is he live right now? I hope he's not live. AI is so realistic. Some of it is, yeah. It definitely is. Sassy Cat, hi. Nana, hi. April Lambert, great to see you. Sorry, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do, guys. I did everything I can do. But there is no, I didn't go live on the other one. Like there's no other live. I literally don't have access to any other lives right now. I'm sorry. I don't have an explanation for it. Hi, Christy. Harley is just making my anxiety go through the roof. Like I don't know what is going on. There's nothing out there. Maybe there's like a deer or something in the woods. Hi, Donna. Okay, good. You're not seeing everyone in chat? Snarky Pants, hi. And Christine, hi there. Man, I feel terrible for Harley. I don't know what he's so upset about right now. Hi, Ariel. Thanks for being here. And TJ's mom. Awesome. Thank you so much for coming. This is a different screen. You on your phone? Me? No. What do you mean? No, why? What is going on? Hey, Marlene. Don't think I've seen you here before. Thank you so much for coming. Oh my gosh. Kaylee, thank you for becoming a member. Thank you. And I saw that twice. I don't understand why. Good evening, everyone. Aw, thank you. Thank you, Carla. I hope so. So I just scheduled one and it has vertical then regular. So I guess we have to figure which. So just a sec. I'm gonna click on show vertical and we'll find out right now what it means because it said recommended setting, do both. So that's what I did. But then I turned off vertical. I'll turn it on right now so we can figure it out. Do you guys see that? Do you see two me's? Turning it back off because it's weird. I hit it. Whatever happened, that's what it is. Hey, Susanna, for Christ, thanks for being here. Oh, did I say hi to you, Daphne? I meant to. Hi, Mike. Thank you. Thanks for being here. There's there's nothing for you to analyze except my anxiety today. Hey, Lee. Yes, ma'am. Good to see you. Crystal, hi. There's so many people here that aren't usually here. I wasn't prepared for this. Holy stuff. I haven't seen you forever. Thanks for coming. Pam Taylor, thank you so much. You're dealing with the same in streamer. I don't understand what happened, and this is not good for a new YouTuber. Like, my anxiety is through the. I do. I swear I don't. I don't see anything. When I'm in my studio, there's only one. I deleted everything else. We need to sue whoever's responsible for this. Hey, Lori. This is the right one. If you're here right now, this is the right one. Gaining weight, sitting around, watching all my favorite lives. You can get one of them little extra cycles when you sit down and you just find. On day one in Ireland. Yvonne, great to see you here. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Thanks for chiming in. I'm also exhausted. I'm so beside myself. Yes. Very little that's useful. I mean, he's just oh, I don't wanna he got enough of my attention. It's over. Christina, thank you so much. I don't have another live stream, Christine. Hey, Melissa. And Mary Dalmatian. Hi. Thank you so much. There's so many new people here. Where'd y'all come from? Lacey, Frankie, hi. Hi, Ben. 100 people in chat. What are you talking about, Ben? There is, I said in the other one that Ian needs to spank you for being late. No comment. Zira, Kelly, Native Pride. Hi. Thanks for being here. Hey, Sharon and Violet. You like my intro? Thanks, Trippy. Yeah. It's gone? Okay. Okay. Jessica, good to see you. Hey, Steffa. I'm going to go really fast because this is taking too long again. Hi, Amy. Okay, so if I missed anybody, you know that I mean to not ever miss anybody. Hi, Sesame. Oh, busy time in Ontario. Good to see you. Hey, Turquoise. Just facts, ma'am. Who else? Anybody? There's so many new people. What is going on? Where did you all come from? Hi, Chantel. He's live with, sorry, Justin. I don't like doing that. And how am I today? Well, like I said, I was extraordinarily prepared today. And then I went to Vernon and I came back and this whole multiple stream thing was going on. And your stream looks like a different, no, the exact same place. I promise. Is what on as well? What are you talking? Okay, I'm just gonna continue. I have the same on TV as phone. The other live looks like you're just on your phone. Daphne, this might be the vertical thing. Note to self, don't ever allow this to happen again. I apologize, you guys. Okay. What is, hey, Brookie Cookie Butterfly? I'm pretty sure that so there's a new feature when you're setting up a live stream. It asks you if you want to, like, you can do like portrait or you can do landscape. and it's a brand new feature. It's called Going to Mars or something. And the recommended setting when you create your live stream is to use both. And I did that because it was recommended and I thought, whatever. And then I went in the studio and you can turn off the vertical. So I did that. But obviously there's a glitch somewhere. So going forward after today, I know I'll just pick out the one that I always do, the landscape. So I think I figured that out. Sleuthing minds are us. Heather Marie, good to see you. And anybody else that I missed, great to see you. And we're going to move on. You have another live stream, but it will time out eventually. So is there anything going on in that live stream? He's got two coming up as well. Dinosaur, hi. I'm not gonna go out and cancel anything. I did that before. Like there is no, like, I promise you guys, I do not have a second live stream going. Like I promise you. Check email. I don't want to. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what to say. It's got to be a thing. Okay. If the other live stream is in a chat, just somebody type in there that that's not right. There's a glitch with YouTube or StreamYard, and something is happening. It's bizarre. So I apologize. I got to move on. I have to move on, mostly because I'm super excited about this. So everybody knows that I've been on like this mission thinking that I manufactured myself a memory about Janie saying I did not hear Malaya shush the kids. But we heard, and I'm not going to play it, but we heard with our own ears Durwood tell me and Sunny that Janie heard Malaya shush the kids that morning. And then Daniel made a comment about it. And Belinda said that when she talked to Janie, Janie told her that she heard Malaya shush the kids that morning. And I thought I was going crazy because I listened to all those Janie clips over and over and over and over again. And then this morning, just by chance, I happened to click on one of Daphne's, not full live stream, but she just had like it wasn't even short, but it was like a video. It was there. She had it. So full credit to Daphne, 100%. But first, let's look, because this is the first we saw Durwood O'Grady for 666. Go figure. Janie heard shh. She also confirmed that when Belinda and her spoke. Do you remember this? No, I'm not streaming from my cell phone. I'm not doing anything differently. Anyways, we remember this. I certainly remember this because it was driving me crazy. It was driving me crazy. Then we got this. Daniel, they are loud kids. That's how I know someone they know from Malaya's side of the family took them. The dog did bark, but very briefly. I'm guessing whoever took them may have said to the shh, don't be loud, them. Whatever. That's still a shushing thing, whatever. But then the one that we believe, because this person has absolutely no reason to be deceptive at all, Janie said her and Daniel were the only ones to watch Lily and Jack. Malaya never took them out. So she heard them and Malaya shushed them, but never thought that was unusual or suspect. You remember this? You remember this? Are you guys ready? Because I'm ready. This is a screen recording of because it was on my phone and I was literally still in bed. It was early, but this is it. How come my volume's not on?
My life is shit. I don't really have a life, but I was so good to them. And yet, look how I'm getting paid back. And it just hurts me that anybody could do this to somebody that was being so generous to them.
No, I did not hear Malaya shush the kids that morning.
Do you want to hear it again? Oh, echo.
My life is shit. I don't really have a life, but I was so good to them. And yet, look how I'm getting paid back. And it just hurts me that anybody could do this to somebody that was being so generous to them.
No, I did not hear Malaya shush the kids that morning.
Hell yeah. Yes. I knew I heard it. I knew I heard it. But then I started to doubt myself, thinking that I must have manufactured that memory because I'd read it maybe, and then you hear so much of Janie that you know what I mean? And yeah, she feels very victimized in this. Um so which is true? So in my opinion, and this is just my opinion because I trust Belinda, um, I believe that pretty much everything that Janie said about that morning is bullshit. But just as Durwood and everybody else, they're cooking up stories. They're creating this scenario in the morning. And when she was speaking to Belinda about it, that was one of the things. And because she also told Belinda that she was raking gravel into potholes. So it was just one of those things. And then I think, I mean, it changes. She was changing the details of her theory or her scenario to fit, I think, more so what Durwood was saying. And I think that they were tossing ideas back and forth, and they themselves got confused as to who said what, right? That's my thought. I don't know, I wasn't there, but that's what I think. In another recording, she said the opposite. No, what it was, Johnny, is she had told Belinda that she heard Malaya shush the kids. And then Durwood told everybody that was watching me and Sunny that night that Janie heard Malaya shush the kids that morning. So then when Janie was talking on the private chat, that was one of the things that people kept asking her, and she finally answered and said, "No, I did not shush the kids that morning." But in the same breath, like a little while before, she was saying how Durwood got most of the stuff right, and that how, everything that he was telling her made everything make sense. And that's how I came to my personal belief that Durwood is the one that gave them that scenario that the kids were taken in the morning. And you can't tell me, Janie, that you could hear anybody shush the kids from in, because she said she has a board over her window. You know? Didn't Janie just say, no, I didn't hear Malaya shush the kids? So if she said this to Belinda, they already had this narrative in plan. Yeah. No, that's my point. But then when it didn't work out, just like the raking of the potholes, she had to change it because they didn't talk about what everybody else was going to be saying. So they're trying to keep weaving their shit, but it doesn't fit. So they're trying to fill in gaps, and I just don't think they have the brain power to make it all fit and make sense. So now they're just all defensive. So. Right. So why would she tell Belinda that? That's my problem. trying to make Belinda believe that Malaya took the kids or knew where the kids were going. That's all it was. Right. She knew better to make that claim to police or national media. That's right. That's right. So anyways, feel much better. We got it. We found it. We all heard it. We all knew we heard it, just could not find it anywhere. So good. Excellent. So, like I said earlier, we're gonna get into Kiki now. And it's a very hard subject. And it's not only upsetting, but it ticks me off for so many reasons. And I said I was listening to Clutch Them Pearls on the way home from Vernon, and some things really struck me. And I was gonna play the portion of Nova's where she was going through Kiki's comments on Mike's live stream, but instead I want to play Justin's stuff. If we have time, we're still going to listen to the Kiki replies, but there's very few replies, but I mean good information. But one of her replies, I had asked Belinda today if Kiki knew Durwood, or if that was true that Patty asked Durwood to intervene, and Kiki didn't even know. She doesn't know Durwood, never met him. So, but anyways, let's just having a look at chat. Just hang on, you guys. Sorry. Apologize, you guys. I'm just looking at your chat a little bit too. I just missed you in Kelowna. I was there for my grandbaby's birthday. I don't know if Dia's lying or not, but I do know that many people who are POS do lie about abuse. Oh yeah, absolutely. What was I going to play? Your just where Kiki came into your chat and she was able to answer a few questions. The most important one to me being, man, I can't remember the question. I'm so flustered. I should have just put this whole thing off, but whatever it is, what it is. News to you, because you never heard Belinda saying this before, really? Because she said it to us on one of the first lives that she did. Actually, it was the first live stream that Belinda joined Sunny and I on. She did. And then she had posted it as well, like responded to somebody's comment about it as well. So if it's news to you, you just haven't been watching the right stuff. Not the right stuff, but you just haven't caught it because it's been out there for months. I don't manufacture shit to talk about. I really don't. Sometimes I doubt my own memory, but I don't just make stuff up to have something to talk about on here. Trust me, this is not my forte. Good, glad to know I sat today while switching out all my kids' summer clothes to winter clothes and folding laundry and caught up on the lives. Wow, that sounds like a really great date, honestly. other than the folding. Okay. You can send them to me later. I don't think that I've got the organization in my brain right now to do this stuff. What are you talking about? Are you okay? Are you having a stroke? Maybe Jordan could make a song for Kiki. I see what you're saying. Okay. Anyways, oh, dreading this. Let's move on to Kiki, shall we? I'm gonna read it, and it's really it's terrible. It's terrible for a number of reasons. Hey, Rena and Mary, by the way, your stuff is in the mail. Um, As soon as Malaya changed her profile to single after the kids went missing, she was talking to someone who had a romantic interest in her. That's red flag number one. Because how are you trying to move on so quickly when your kid's been missing for a few weeks, not even a month? This time period, when Malaya still had Meadow at her mother's, I don't think it was the same person as before, but she's officially in a relationship now. Who's Braden or Brandon Cross from Stewiacke? How could someone be attracted to her? Next question is, how did you watch Daniel strap Jack in a car seat and have him left upside down in a dark closet for hours and still stay with him? You watched your kids get severely abused, and you're trying to throw all this on Daniel when you're just as responsible to remove them from that environment, and you had help from lots to leave. And you're only talking about it now? Like, why only now? You can manipulate the media, but your family knows the real you. You are evil and manipulative. I bet Malaya won't even show up to the next search. I don't know if the kids were kidnapped or murdered, but either way, those adults in the house were abusing them kids. Malaya, Daniel, and Janie were guilty. I find it so troubling that because all I can think about is if we know that she got this information from Wade the same day that she made this post. She's not she's not sitting on stuff. She's not waiting on stuff. She's not hiding anything. But did Wade and Cindy find out about this after Jack and Lily went missing? Because if this is part of anything that they knew or suspected beforehand, and why, because listening to Wade, like I said, Justin was replaying the Wade video, and I'm sorry, this upsets me so bad. Re-listening to the Wade video, it is clear that Wade and Cindy both, at the minimum, suspected abuse. Minimum. Even if it was with Cody and then again with Daniel, these kids went through years of this kind of treatment and neglect. Why didn't anybody say anything? I cannot understand, and to even try to put myself in their position as a grandparent. I'm thankful that my daughter was put on this earth to be a mother. She is so caring and nurturing and patient. But I can't imagine suspecting my kids being mistreated or my grandkids being mistreated and canceling that U-Haul or not keeping them after a weekend visit, not pulling in CPS myself, not even as a mandated reporter as an LPN, but as a grandmother. you suspect it, and you think that there's a problem, and you know your daughter. I think they were all in a position to prevent every bit of this. Every bit of it. But that is not going to help us find Jack and Lily. And the allegations of abuse against Daniel is not going to help us find what happened to Jack and Lily. It's going to give us more fuel for speculation. And I have to believe that the RCMP know all this stuff. And I mean, obviously now they do, but before. And somebody said, I believe it was on Justin's, one of the comments that he read was, how could he still have supervised visits with Meadow after this? My speculation is that this came out. I'm hoping that this is one of the things that Malaya told them after Jack and Lily went missing. I'm hoping that that's when they found out about this. So that's what. Gonna read some comments for a while and get myself together here. I agree. And furthermore, I truly believe more people knew, but they didn't do anything. Exactly. Why would Cindy be suing CPS if they knew these kinds of things were going on and did nothing to report it? Shame on her and good luck with that lawsuit. I would like to see that lawsuit. The audacity. And from my understanding, it's not about Meadow that she's got a lawsuit against CPS because she's the one that called CPS and told them that Malaya left with the baby. In my opinion, Meadow should be adopted out. Cindy should have cared more for Jack and Lily and removed them from the house. People have a moral obligation to report suspected abuse because, yeah, it's tough on the people if they're innocent. But if they're innocent, then there's nothing to hide, and it should be a quick and easy investigation if you're doing right by your children. But if you suspect something and you don't say anything, and then kids go missing or they get abused to the point where they die, they're murdered. Like, how do you sleep at night? And how do you chuckle telling people about these stories of abuse? Allowing Daniel to punish Lily and Jack is so wrong. He isn't their dad. If allegations are true and Cindy reported to CPS, then this would make sense if Cindy is really suing CPS. Let's hope, nurse. Car seat upside down, no cupboards in trailer. How else could this be done? Kiki may have a bit wrong, but so she got the information from Wade, and it's hard for me to imagine a booster seat, which is what Jack would be in, hung upside down because these booster seats are secured with a car seat belt, like a regular seat belt, but they have to go through secure points and anchor points on the booster seat. So I'm suspecting this might have been a couple of years ago when Jack was young enough to be in an actual infant seat. You know, they still have the shoulder straps and stuff in, like, built into the seat itself. So I don't know that this would have been recent to have his current seat. So having said that, And we'll get into it, but Daniel said there are no closets in the trailer. There are no cupboards in the RV, Jeannie said, just to clear that up, Mary. But Daniel said there are no closets in the trailer. But back then, maybe there was. And I think it was Nova that brought up today, it's possible that he may have taken the closets out to create more room, because rooms in trailers are sometimes really small. And if kids were sharing a room, it might have made sense to, renovate a little bit and remove a closet space and make it into more living space for the kids. But when they first moved in, perhaps. And unfortunately, we don't know because Malaya isn't speaking. She's not talking for her children. It's highly unlikely Cindy will get them. Absolutely not. I see what. Kiki is Wade's daughter, Sammy. Kiki is supportive of Cindy seeking custody. Shocking. Wade has also said in that interview that Daniel's daughter said Malaya locked her in a room. Yes. Thank you, Ken. Yeah, it's brutal. It's brutal, and I can't not be emotional, angry about it. Not just about the possibility that a situation like this occurred and Jack went through this, but the fact that it came from Wade's daughter, and then going back and listening to the Wade video and the information that he had. It's not like he was talking about, oh, I just found all this out. No, it's stuff that he knew, that he had seen, that he'd experienced himself for months, minimum months. It's infuriating and heartbreaking. There, like I said, I am thankful that it doesn't even occur to me, but there's no way that I would leave my grandkids in a dangerous situation. Hell, I'm buying them those Apple trackers and stuff because they're in a small city, but I'm so paranoid. I'd sew them into my grandson's shoes and the backpacks and stuff, just so we know where he is. There's no way that I would stand by and suspect anybody is harming them. Hi, Saucy. Tammy, I think we can, it's a dangerous word, but you know what YouTube is like. I'm sure they got this, 100 times if they got it once, honestly. Yeah, it's part of what we're going to listen to with Justin. That's why, and I'm not saying that Justin's live story is better or more important than the information that came out from Kiki on Mike's live. It was just a little bit of a different way to look at this, because everybody's like, oh my gosh, no, poor Jack, and absolutely poor Jack. But we need to be focused on, because before it was echoing in my head, Janie, what went on over there is none of my business. What went on over there is none of my business. I would give them their privacy and they'd give me mine. Bullshit. Because she knew and she heard, and I know for a fact she comes and goes out of that trailer as she pleases. So she knew. And if it wasn't her business then, I wonder if she thinks it might have been her business now. And this side of the family is no different. If they suspected anything and nothing was done, And if CPS isn't moving, Grandma, go get your grandkids. Go get them. Help them. It's not even like Janie, like a 2-year step grandma who's probably intimidating to the kids. Does like Lily scream, and Jack is always won't do as he's told. I can't imagine they warmed up to Janie. But Cindy is their biological grandma. Nana Cindy. Go get them. Help them. If CPS isn't moving on them, then go get them. I that. Yeah, no, absolutely. But that's my point. So how many times, okay, you call CPS, where's truth? You call CPS and nothing changes. Your daughter doesn't tell you the CPS is over there, you know? And they still were getting black eyes and stuff. So maybe I'm out to lunch and too intrusive of a grandma, but that wouldn't fly with me. Who is Wade? Wade is Malaya's mother, Cindy. That's her boyfriend of 7 or 8 years now, I believe. And Kiki is Wade's daughter. Hope that makes sense. So Kiki is supporting Cindy on gaining custody of Meadow. Thank you so much. You are using your own morality and values to explain the behavior of people without scruples, in my honest opinion. I hope Cindy loses her license. That's the only thing that might upset her. That's true. And I mean, I think it's a hard realization for a lot of people, myself included, that not everybody has the same moral compass. Like, but I don't know that there's even a portion of society who can debate the morality of child abuse. Do you know what I mean? Especially in this day and age. Apparently the case is missing. Say again? CPS case? Or what do you mean? If you know what's going on as a family member, you remove those babies or you tell them you're going to call law enforcement. Or both. Remove them and call law enforcement. Like, would you get in trouble for doing that? Because CPS, when it comes to child abuse and issues within the family like that, law enforcement can't come in and tell CPS they can't take those children. Do you know what I mean? But CPS, law enforcement will call CPS if there's a problem, if they're on a domestic violence call or whatever, and there's children involved, or even there, CPS will be called. But it's not the other way around, you know? Like the police cannot dictate to CPS what they do. See something, say something, easy as that. It sounds so easy. And the CPS report went missing. I don't know if it's been found yet. Patty's husband was a volunteer for CPS. Who the hell would be a volunteer for CPS? Shouldn't that require a level of security clearance, criminal record check? I mean, I guess you could still do that for volunteer, but Jenny also said in DT lately chat that she heard the kids that morning. She's been saying that, and she swears up and down that she heard the kids playing by the swing set. But all I wonder is, then where are the fucking footprints, Janie? They only found one. Where's truth agreed? There's even every possibility Cindy reported it and it got screened out. Ever since COVID, CPS screens out more than they screen in. Again, Bonnie, that might be true, absolutely. And I agree. Hopefully, she called it in. But if nothing changed and nothing happened, at what point as a grandma do you do something else? Take the kids, not return the kids, let the police know anything. Because they obviously suspected Malaya was getting abused. Wade said in that video today that Malaya told them, well, he said he's going to change. I've changed my mind. I'm not going to move. So they knew something was wrong. Just like everything else, I take everything anyone says with a grain of salt. Absolutely. But it's the bigger picture for me, Bobbles. It's the fact that nobody seems to have said anything or stepped in to help the kids. I don't know. Hey, Ori. I would like to ask how much of this stuff is meant to be shared in a custody battle for Meadow. Well, you're right. Probably none, for sure. That's something Wade and Cindy will have to take up with Kiki. That's what I said. Wade chuckles when he says maybe Daniel snapjacks. Yes, yes. It is. Everybody's talking about what a hero Wade is for speaking out. Number one, he didn't speak out. He was surreptitiously recorded. Um, um, and he didn't really, it's almost like they don't grasp the serious nature of what they're saying. Like it's not that big of a deal. You know what I mean? Like it's not reality or something. I don't know how to explain it, but it's fucking weird. Shame on you all, Wade, Patty, Cindy, Janie, Earl, Justin, Jordan, Darren. You all knew these kids were abused. In the Summer Wells case, CPS were called so many times and nothing changed. So sad. And kind of same situation. We have grandma living on the property in a trailer. And Summer that like evaporated. There's no trace of her. Did she have any other family anywhere that knew something could have been that suspected there was abuse? And they didn't do anything? You showed the trailer where they're not closets in the bedroom. I haven't seen the inside of the trailer, have you? Daniel said there are no closets at the trailer. Right, let's actually. There were two responses, and one wasn't about the abuse, but this is the first one. Somebody posted, Daniel, this is a question for you. It's obvious that you were following this page very closely. I just came to the realization that you only comment on posts or comments that point fingers at you personally or paint you in a bad light. Why is that? You never comment on posts about bringing Jack and Lily home. Why is it you never chime in or like people's comments when they say that they want justice for Jack and Lily? That they want those who are responsible for their disappearance to be brought to justice. You said yourself, right? You don't believe that they're in the woods, correct? If they aren't in the woods, it's fair to say that they met with foul play, right? Why are you only inserting yourself into posts that question your innocence? Why is that, Daniel? And then the poster goes on to say, if anyone here can show me one post or comment to prove otherwise, by all means, let's see it. I have no problem at all admitting when I'm wrong, and I most certainly will if I am. And then Daniel said, and keep in mind this like 5 minutes after the post went up. First of all, I don't follow this page that closely. Second of all, this group basically attacks me at every turn. If I was to only answer questions about in my own defense, I'd have to answer every question. This group has becoming a breeding ground for hatred. Wouldn't it be easier to try to message me personally with theories so I can give a breakdown on why it's not possible, or perspectives into feasible angles that may not be explored, and I can bring more leads for investigators. With that being said, all of the accusations and insane theories bring light to the inner workings of one's own mental health. You sit there attacking me without knowing who I am as a person. I'm not an evil monster, but social media seeks views. I put myself in the spotlight because if I don't, who will for Lily and Jack? I could hide like everyone else, but say no, Lily and Jack deserve to be found no matter the cost. I put my life out there knowing I would face a relentless onslaught from the public, but I still do it anyway. Can I hear your thoughts on that? Um a little over 2 years ago now, Mary. Conference soon. Sucks you guys won't be making it. Get your kids, take notes. I have full custody of my son. Thanks for being here, Jay Coasted. Jay Costed. So this may be totally irrelevant, but a friend was here and said he used to play with Malaya's kids and he always thought something was wrong with her. With Malaya? Like quiet, or what do you mean? Probably where he made Jack and Lily sleep so his kids could have their own room. Or Malaya did say to Sunny that Daniel would throw toys at Jack just to mess with him. Sure did. I want Daniel in a closet in it trailer home. Yeah. In cold mood. Is there a shortage of adoptive families and foster parents in that area? Is that perhaps why CPS was slow in acting? Like, you're talking like a snail's pace. Because Wade was talking about shit that was going on with Cody, like just the neglect. But then with Daniel, it was like minimum December that he was talking about. And I think the U-Haul was February. Like that's a long time to. And Daniel told us that the CPS file was closed when they were called for behavior issues, which we know isn't true. But he said that that file is closed. And he said that there were no, at that time, active CPS cases. Agreed. Whole family. Why are they on, Henry? I don't know. I try to do 2:30 every day. Every day that I go live, that's the time, because I'm trying my best to cater to the people who know the area and are just local. You know what I mean? Why the heck would M give out this info to anyone now? Who is she talking to? This is disturbing on so many levels. Yeah, and I don't think it was Malaya giving it out unless she told, say, her mom in confidence, and maybe her mom told Wade, and then Wade ended up telling Kiki the other day. And Kiki took it straight to Facebook. Grab a chair and stay looking. I love it. What do you mean? What are you talking about? If only one adult took responsibility and the children, we wouldn't be here today. That's my whole point, and it's sad and infuriating that it's not only the behavior after the disappearance that disgusts me, it's everything that led up to it from everybody that knew them. Teachers and friends aside, I'm talking about family, everybody that knew these children. It was either normal and just the way it is there, and everybody didn't turn a blind eye, but just figured that's just the way it is, which is sad in and of itself, or they just looked away, pretend they didn't notice, pretend they didn't know. All right, let's go on to the next Daniel response. This is more towards the abuse. Yeah, the father that never paid child support for her has no driver's license because of it, and also refuses to work because he doesn't want to have his wages garnished because of not paying. These are the individuals you hold in high regards. I'm not perfect, but fuck, I continue to raise awareness. He means to say I did not abuse Lily and Jack in any way. And as for Kiki, your false claims render yourself dissolved down to the basic form of straight unintelligent. Huh, that's a sentence. There's no closets in the house, so how is your statement you fabricated even fucking have any validity to it? But Daniel, this came from Wade. Kiki did not make this up. Again, another attempt to paint me as evil because I have nothing to do with the disappearance. So let's attack Daniel in the public eye. And to me, that post was more scathing towards Malaya. It didn't excuse you, Daniel, but that was about Malaya. If we paint him as bad as evil person, then everyone will gravitate to automatically thinking he's guilty. False claims like yours, Kiki, take away from the case and paint a false narrative directly at me. Truly heartbreaking. I'm the closest thing to a parent that Jack and Lily will ever have. I don't hide. I've been trying to raise awareness. I'm not perfect, but I'm not evil. Oh well, it's not. That's what I would say to Daniel about Kiki is that it wasn't her allegation. And I cannot for the life of me think why anybody would make that up. If they were just going to make false accusations about abuse, it wouldn't be tying a kid upside down in a closet while still in his car seat. Like, who would think that up to lie about? What matters the cat, or did you have access to the person that you thought was being abused? And had you had access to the person you thought was being abused, would you not have stepped in to try to do anything further if nothing was being done? Just asking. And I'm not saying that it would have changed anything. 'Cause look at Gabriel Hernandez. His teacher called CPS weekly, and he still fell through the cracks and was murdered by his parents. But she has a record of it. She called all the time. The child would have a hemorrhage and die with this being hung upside down while the blood flow to his head would definitely result in some serious damage at some point. That is the one who should have done something, Janie. She was there 24/7. I don't disagree with you, but if you don't see anything happening, at what point do you step in as their grandparents if their mother's too useless to do anything about it? Yep, she did. She stated once if Malaya wanted to leave, she would stop Daniel from keeping her there so she could go. Absolutely. And if she wasn't home, Malaya could have called 911. Those are Janie's words. Lily pulling her hair out. She says, yeah. How the hell is it not anybody's business? I mean, honestly, I can't. We would have to ask Janie to understand what she meant by that. No, I didn't. I try to stay away from the psychic stuff now. No offense. Just can't do it. CPS has had problems with Cindy and her daughter for years before Daniel in the picture. I heard that. I did hear that. Janie could be an abuser herself. We don't know. Very mad woman. She's very, very angry. But that could just be her way. Doesn't always equate to abusive, but I've heard some things like with my own ears that Malaya's family had a U-Haul all ready to take Malaya out of there December, and Malaya refused. Wasn't that February, Tammy? Could be wrong, but I thought it was February. There was another instance where she was going to move in December. Then in February, I believe is when the U-Haul was booked. And Malaya changed her mind the day before and told her mom that Daniel said he was going to change and that she wasn't going to move. And at that point, I think would be the point where I would say, okay, well, how about you let the kids come and stay with me then, because they're not going back into that environment. Yeah, there are no closets in the house. I got it. So this is just an instance of see something, say something, right? I was going into this was probably about a month ago, and I was walking into I think it was Walmart, and I was walking in. I was probably like 50 feet into the door, and there was a man, and he was carrying a child, and the child was crying uncontrollably and very stiff and just, and I thought, I wonder if that's the kid's dad. And then just something came over me, like, what if it's not? What if it's not? And I followed that man out to his vehicle and watched him console his son, and then followed him into the store, where eventually he met up with his wife and other child. So, I mean, that's what I was prepared to do when something didn't quite look or feel right to me. I totally stalked this poor man and child out to the vehicle. I didn't make myself known or anything, but I was watching, and I don't know what I was watching for, but my heart was beating a million miles a minute because I didn't know what I was witnessing. But it turns out I'm just paranoid. But all of this is problematic as hell, especially for it to be posted third party by an extended family member on a problematic Facebook group. Thank you. And I don't mean any disrespect to Kiki, but why are we taking it as gospel? Is it because everybody thinks Daniel is a piece of shit, so this is so easy to believe? How come we're not asking her for receipts? Or Wade for receipts? When did you find out about this, Wade? Because I don't know if we're going to actually hear the truth out of that, because if they found out before the kids were missing or heard rumblings of it, then shame on you all. Sherwood, in my opinion, is really believing his assumptions of events as truth from talking to Daniel and Janie and not looking at everything else being said. Total. Well, fair enough, but that's actually, you've got that just a little bit backwards, because it's Durwood who gave his theory to Daniel and Janie, who then it morphed into this whole theory, right? Um, in my opinion, Durwood knows damn well that it's bullshit, but he keeps doubling down and doubling down. And now he's given anybody else a scapegoat, a way out, something that's going to distract, and there's no evidence to support or deny it. So just convoluting the case in so many ways. Durwood has been successful to me in what his original motive of getting involved was. Just my opinion, allegedly. Maybe. No. Like I said, I try my best to stay away from psychics on this case. I watched a lot of them, and not one of them has been right. And I, I do not believe the kids are anywhere near waterfall. So I'm not gonna. I don't need to fill my mind with any more unsubstantiated possibilities. I guess I just don't want to. I don't want to open myself up to that. No one is listening to you. Then you do what you have to do, right? And I'm, by the looks of things, Malaya might have appreciated her mom taking those two kids off her hands for a while. You know what I'm saying? So somebody needs to, like, get me work, like, get me feisty, say stuff for, like, to get, me mad instead of, like, sad. As usual. Um, does anyone When anyone is spreading false information regarding this case, it's just causing confusion and diversion and wasting precious time. I agree. I hope that wasn't directed at psychics, because I'm not trying to be disrespectful to them. You know, it is what it is, but it's just not for me here. Can anyone verify what Wade said about them having family or friends in the secret? I've heard from many people that somebody's cousin or husband or something was pretty high up in CPS. But I mean, I don't think that you get in those positions with having so many questionable moral, I don't know, like, you have to me, you have to have a certain level of ethics and to be at that level or to have that kind of position. So I guess I give people the benefit of the doubt too much, but I can't see even a relative doctoring records for something like for Daniel and Malaya. You know what? I don't know. Maybe I'm jaded. There's so many a sick liar out there, for sure, own motives, knowing they can't prove it, right? 100%. That on two separate occasions, I've reported suspected abuse to CPS because I would never be able to live with myself. Yeah, I agree with you, Mary. She can say what she likes because she knows she can't prove it. It's very true. It's very true, but it takes a level of indifference and, in fact, to me, cold-heartedness to say something like this in the case of 2 missing children. Your dad's, stepchild, do you know what I mean? Like, that would prove her to be pretty fucking special if she's lying, but I don't think so. I think she heard it from Wade. Wade told Tint that Daniel abused Janie or Jack and Lily. He even suspected, yeah, that's my point in Cold Mood. He did. And that's what got me so upset today, because it reminded me, and Kiki stuff was still, it was on the docket to be talked about today. And then I was listening to Justin and he was going over that Wade stuff. And I was like, fuck me, man. They knew. They knew. Kent, I always consider the source, and I do. Daniel manipulates everyone. Everyone is now just catching on. He only keeps people close that he can manipulate, or that he thinks he can manipulate. I would like to stipulate there. Oh, good. Emmett, is there still another stream going on out there somewhere? I'm missing comments, you guys. I'm sorry. Hi, Sunshine. Good to see you. Sorry for what? April, don't be sorry. Maybe Kiki just trying to get her sister to talk or get her CMP to go pick her up. Yeah. Where do I think they are? I would prefer not to say right now. Not that kind of a live. When I have, I don't know. Hey, Belinda believes. A lot of nutters coming out of the woodwork. Yeah. I like and prefer you here on your own cast. I appreciate that. Thank you. I think, honestly, no offense to Sunny, but I think I like it better here too. If I don't want to say anything, I just put a video on, and if I want to say something, I can say what I want. Right? I don't have to wait my turn, and the turn never comes between Sunny and Kent. I just never get a turn unless I interrupt, and I'm sorry, but how do you know these things and not do something? It's effing infuriating. I'm not discrediting that they reported it, but I would have done so. I would have done more for strangers' children. Yes. I was raking. I wasn't raking. I heard shush. I didn't hear shush. There's a reason why my eyebrow goes up at Janie and Daniel, because why are we lying? Your children are missing. So we got one side that won't say anything and the other side that can't keep their story straight. And now we've got this extended side from the side that won't say shit coming out saying this stuff about her relative. It's no different than Durwood coming out here blaming Malaya in the beginning. That's his relative. What the fuck kind of family is this? Keep missing your lives, but I watch replays. Thank you. Yeah, trying not to follow the herd, be on the big freight train that's going, but some days it's hard, man. It's bizarre. I don't understand why. I'm not doing it again, right? Like we're just gonna. Oh, Mama Bear, thanks for being here. I appreciate how invested you are in this case and your compassion. I can feel your emotions coming out. Thank you, Mama Bear. It's true. Today's, like I said, we're gonna watch Justin here because that 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 Wade stuff gets to me. It, especially like I said, the time when you first heard it, you think, "Wow, is that stuff real? Like, is that legit? Like, did that really happen?" And then we kind of move on and we get over it and we're recording other shit. And then all of a sudden Kiki comes out with this information. And you listen to Wade's video after you read and absorb this shit, it puts it in a whole different perspective. What the hell are these poor kids? Thank you. I appreciate that, everybody. I do um I like having my own space. Sunny is my friend, but I do like having my own space. And yeah, I mean, I gotta find Justin's from yesterday. Because I did honestly have all this stuff up and then having to switch and cancel and delete and should be, where did I say it was? I'm gonna play this because I can actually go and hopefully find out what is going on with my poor puppy. He's still barking his face off. All right. So you can't list to Justin. It's not, this isn't silly. This is just the Wade stuff. And he does have some good relevant comments. So, I mean, I hope you stick around, Mary. But if not, I understand. And I believe you were here at the beginning, but your bracelets are in the mail. Said about 2 weeks. I sent them via air. I could have sent them by boat, apparently, but I was like, yeah, no, we'll go air. But all right. So I need to share my screen, apparently. I'm sorry I'm not showing myself on camera. I'm all red-faced and puffy now. So it's not gonna happen. Okay. Where's my screen? Here we go. Let me know right away if you can't hear it, okay? Because I tried to, I think I shared the audio, but if I didn't, let me know right away. Let me mute.
With that, yeah. Oh, that's what you're living right now. Yep. Oh, I see. I don't know. It is these negative energy. It is, man. I never did like being around. Silver Latte. Say it again. Yep. With that, yeah. Oh, that's what you're living right now. Yep. Because she took the baby to 2 weeks. She wasn't all over. So she's living in the reserve right now. She's bringing her baby back. He went to the reserve, right? Yeah, I don't trust him, man. No. You know, it's so funny how some they are in the woods, but they're probably her kids did all. You know, she said they beat them. Just crazy, man. But she got a psychic that says they're still alive. And those two that are missing, it's complicated to move out of the night station. And the boys, the parents,
Listen to this, right?
the CPS went to their house in December, and they should have took. Like, look at the look of the house. We had the locks on the door, and the boy being there, that. But why'd she staying there? That's
He had the locks on the doors.
No, I understand. Not everybody is for everybody. I totally understand that. But this part about Wade's video, it struck me today, and I do want to play it. And I understand if you don't want to listen, I get it. But I'm going to. I'm sorry, Lindsay. I don't have a thing to do with that other chat. It's a glitch in YouTube. I'm sorry. Okay. So, but I'm playing this, you guys. If sorry, Lori and Mary, I understand, but I'm gonna play it because it helped me. I don't know. It brought some stuff up for me because of how raw the Kiki stuff is. So I'm doing it. Full credit as always. Clutch them pearls.
And he beat them. Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, I always believe Wade personally, and I'll tell you, I mean, because you're not going to get multiple people around you, especially family members and friends of the family, to say, you might get one person to say it, right? Something that's out, but you're not going to get multiple people to say something about you like that over and over and over again. Would somebody say that about you or one of your loved ones? Like, God forbid something like there's not going to be multiple people that's going to go to any of you guys and say this about you guys, right? Like over and over and over again, because it doesn't happen with most people. So this lock thing, and then I've got the text messages of uh Dan again Malaya's sis sorry, Malaya's brother's ex, who they know quite a bit. Let me find it. I'll find it. Let me play this. I want to forward a little bit here.
So if I had to, no, yeah, you getting the baby back. He went to the reserve, right? Because her grandmother lives over there. Oh, they had the baby there. Then the police came, took the baby. Because you took the baby to Chewy, she wasn't over. So she's living in the reserve right now. Right now she lives in the reserve with the chief. That's her cousin. Oh, the one that I'm related to the chief too. Super lucky. Say it again. Yep, Cuban African. Yep. Oh, that's where she living right now. Yep. Oh, I see. I don't know. It is these negative energy. He does, man. I never did like being around her. But why would you stay there? This guy's beating his kid. I know. You get what I'm saying? Look at the dirty fucking house. I wouldn't. Yeah. I may stay one night and I say, I know, brother. We can't come here. And 3 months ago, we told her, well,
Listen.
before that happened, I'll say 3 months before May, we had the U-Haul truck to move her back to her grandmother's home. We had a big home. Like
3 months before May. Okay. So after Christmas, and before May, right? So around Christmas, CPS comes, right? And it's clearly bad. And then we have February, about Wade saying here that they tried to get her to move. They had the U-Haul ready. They didn't. Malaya. And she actually says in text messages, she said, I would go to leave and Daniel would say, he's going to change and all this, whatever. And then we have April, kind of building a little timeline here. April, Easter, she stays longer than she normally would for Easter. Stayed at her grandma's with Jack and Lily. And we see the pictures of Jack and Lily, their Easter, how it was. And then no more than 10 days later, maximum, she gets back to the house, gets her car legal, and the next day the kids disappear.
It's a little bit of a coincidence, don't you think? I mean, that is strange. The day after she gets that car legalized, the kids go missing. And people are saying now that she's been seeing, or she was seeing somebody, I guess, behind Daniel's back. It's weird. And if there's two chats going on, like I don't even know. I don't know what happened. If it's going sideways in one chat, hopefully there's mods over there and just I don't know. I don't know. It's bizarre. Daniel knew he was losing her. Daniel got revenge. It's weird. It's weird.
Right? I mean, come on. Come on. Wendy coming in clutch at 17 months, girl. You are an OG of the OGs. Good to see you. Thank you so much, Miss Wendy. Really, really do appreciate you, my dear. Much love to you, my friend. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, lovies. Appreciate you. Malaya was probably already seeing her new fellow on Easter. Yep. Um, one thing that's interesting to me, another thing that just kind of made me think of something when you said that. Okay. So Daniel says he got that, was it he said he got the receipt, the email that Malaya, when she told the kids were going to be absent that day. Okay. Malaya says in her text messages that Daniel did not have access to that. Now, Daniel has a copy of it. He does. He's shown it before. He showed it a long time ago. But it makes me wonder, did Daniel have access to her passwords or whatever, or did he sneak looking on her phone because he was a jealous freak? Is that how he got that receipt? And did he know that Malaya was leaving or that she was talking to someone? And that set it off that night. Oh, Lane, I'm sorry you're not feeling good, honey.
Red clip from Bible Hill. The day before, no, I'm not moving.
Well, what was
The
that?
whole truck to move her back to her grandmother's house. She had a big house. Like red clip from Bible Hill.
Okay.
The day
Okay,
before,
listen.
no, I'm not moving. Yeah, what do you want to hear? Oh, rats.
We can see this, the things that we have learned about the cars, and especially last night with Wade's daughter coming out and speaking. I'd love to speak to her. This is a whole new eye opening.
Well,
See it a different
exactly.
way.
I think that's like many times, and I know that this is not suitable for humans. Yeah. I don't understand. Maybe he was. Now, she trying to sue the CPS. The CPS should have took the kids out. This was in December. And plus, why would she stay there? If someone's beating my kids, I'm breaking their fucking leg. Exactly. I was just saying that. She should have told us anyway. She had told us she's on drugs after beating the kids. They would have been here and get rid of them. We would have took the kids ourselves. Yeah. They got when the last time we seen them, they're over here Easter Monday. Easter Monday. That's the last time. Can you Martel? Even then, yes, once. You and I come here now. Yeah, yeah, we're in the woods looking for stuff. Me, him, Jack.
Okay. They saw Jack and Lily, meaning Malaya's mom, and Wade saw Jack and Lily Easter Monday, which was the 21st of April, right? 7, 8, 9, 10. That was 11 days before Jack and Lily vanished. It's 11 days.
Then he stayed in the woods for a whole hour by himself. What the fuck is he gonna do? He probably doing drugs in the woods. Yeah, but sometimes he used to come to our house and Bible hell. Yeah, and he stayed outside all the time. His face was, you see the skin is like yellowish green, and he's dying. And I said he gotta be on drugs. Yeah.
Said his face was yellow and green.
And every time he dropped the kids off, he was never there. And he probably wasn't even working. He wasn't working no one. Yeah, he just
Every time they dropped the kids off, he wasn't there. Well, that's because rug people have to stay on the roads. Right? They have to stay on the roads. Yeah, it's a voiceover added because it's a separate track.
So like 2 days ago, he said black eyes on the rig. 2 days before. I showed the detectives some of the pictures, and the boy looked like. Hold on, what?
I don't remember this part.
Over there. And he probably wasn't even working. He wasn't working no one. Yeah, he just dropped a phone call like 2 days ago. He said black eyes on the rig. 2 days before. I showed the detectives.
I don't understand what Kent is saying there. Sound like he's saying, "Oh, black eyes, black eyes." 2 days. Okay, never mind. I got it. I thought he was saying black ice for a minute.
The boy looked like he's hard to get along with her grandson. Like you tell him to do something, he won't listen.
How do you think that's going to go with Daniel? How do you think that's going to go with Daniel? Wade says, Jack wouldn't listen, right? Which most, 4-year-olds don't. Let's just be real. How do you think that's going to go over with Daniel? They all say Jack was stubborn, right? Janie says, if he didn't want to do something, he wasn't going to do it. That's what she says. If he didn't want to walk in the woods, he was not walking in the woods. Yeah, I think I think it was Henry the Fifth or Henry the Eighth or something like that. They think he might have had chlamydia, I think it was, and they said it might have drove him insane. Daniel, you got the chlamydias. Daniel's got the herpopotamus, right? Daniel's got the herpopotamus, probably. He's got the gonorrhea hepatitis, allegedly. Yeah, it was syphilis. That's what it was. Henry VIII, yeah. Yes. Hmm. And then you got Paul Mall Mama,
He might have got mad and
Janie.
grabbed him by the neck and broke his neck. You know what I'm saying?
Janie's got a right.
But you see it, right? And the kids took care at the same time.
Honestly, the care that I'm talking, guys,
Oh, yeah.
that is not
You never
cool.
know. Her second says. That's for sure. Now,
Well,
we
what
had the
did he
kids.
say right there, Henry VIII or something like that? He, they think he might have had chlamydia. I think it was, and
Not this.
they said it
Listen
might
to
have
Wade.
been drove him insane. Daniel, you got the clitsamitias. Daniel's got the herpopotamus, right? Daniel's got the herpopotamus, probably. He's got the gonorrhea hepatitis, allegedly. Yeah, it was syphilis. That's what it was. Henry VIII, yeah. Yes. Hmm. And then you got All Mall Mama,
He might have got mad and
Janie.
grabbed him by the neck and broke his neck. You don't know. You know what I'm saying? He might
Janie's
have
got
got
a
mad.
right.
But you see it, right? And the kids took care at the same time. Maybe the little girl witnessed it. I don't know. Oh, yeah. You never know. You never know. But her second says. That's for sure. Now,
Well,
we had
what
the
did he
kids.
say right there?
Never got his neck and broke his neck. You don't know. See, her grandson, like you tell him to do something, he won't listen. See, he might have got mad and grabbed him by the neck and broke his neck. You don't know. You know what I'm saying? He might have. I don't know. But you see it, right? And the kids took care at the same time. Maybe the little girl witnessed it. I don't know. Oh, yeah. You never know. You never know. But her second says. That's for sure. Now, we had the kids, we'd be $150,000. Exactly. Wasn't going to take transit. Yeah, but you know what people say online? Yeah. So that Daniel Martel and the Derwin, you know Derwin? Derwin? The guy. Darren is a cousin. Her cousin. Why the cousin is against us? But he told him off the other day, he said, you know more than you say. He told him, don't call back here, you weirdo, you're crazy. He's the one on the side of Markel. He's saying that the mother.
Look back then. Durwood was blaming Malaya. Smiley in the building. Smiley. Up in here. Up in here. I message you, Smiley. Hope you're doing okay, baby. Most likely, Jack's behavior was a direct result. Of course. 1,000%. 1,000%. I truly believe the only time Jack and Lily got any sort of attention was at school and as if he was with maybe Malaya's mom. I'm wondering if CPS is supposed to do a follow-up check on Daniel and Malaya regarding the children sometimes in early 2025 and never happened. Maybe that's right. Possibly. Possibly. But it just seems like sometimes I'm wondering if CPS, I don't know how CPS is there, but are they softer there than they are here? Also, people may not answer the doors. It was not throbbing at all. Henry VIII had syphilis, yeah. The more you know. What he did. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Nancy. Absolutely. Absolutely. Soft. Are they butterflies?
I think his was his with Darren's wife, I think, is related to Darren, not Darren, or what's his name? Daniel. Daniel got it. His name was the CPS. He knew that we were up there. How do you know? So private agent, somebody in the CPS. And we got a friend that works for.
Hold on, what?
His name was the CPS. He knew that we were up there. Yeah, how do you know? So private agent, somebody in the ZPA. And we got a friend that works for like another children's aid. There's no file that she was there. He was in the first silver one. I'm assuming the people for a ride. Fuck no. Yeah, there's no file that she was there. Yeah. Now the host like that, I'm checking to see if there's food in the fridge. I'm checking. Yeah. See if there's locks on them. It's just that you use the lock. And that's
I said to use the lock. Hold on.
I'm
What?
checking. Yeah. Now the host like that, I'm checking to see if there's food in the fridge. I'm checking. Yeah. See if there's locks on them. It's just.
Well, okay. That's interesting. We see this in a whole new light now, at least I do. He says, I'm checking to see if there's food in the fridge. I'm checking to see if there's locks on it. There's locks on that fucking fridge. There was locks on it. We got pictures. We got pictures. Although I do believe they removed the locks after CPS came there. And
So about that, about the locks, it's all big. Let me stop sharing this for a second because there are pictures. Of the fridge locks, and I mean, I am leading somewhere. Just one second. Where did they go? So we saw pictures of the fridge with a lock on it. Then also in one of the pictures, you can zoom in. I might not be able to find it, but you can zoom in and you can see a child's baby. What are they called? Child safe or whatever. In the plugs, the plastic plug covers, put those in. And it reminded me of the summertime when I had my whole family here and we had 13 people and my daughter was very pregnant. And then they had Layla, who was, 14 or 15 months old. And we didn't have running water here. So I brought in like an outhouse and stuff because we have many bedrooms. So we had room, but I wanted my daughter who was pregnant with the baby. And then she also had the toddler. I wanted her to stay at my apartment where I had running water and the rest of it, right? So she was staying at my apartment. I didn't go there for the entire time. They would come here and we'd go do whatever. But when they left and I went home to my apartment, she left all of the the locks on everything, and it was because of the toddler, and she had the plugs in the walls, and she had these locking things on the cupboards and this thing on the fridge, and it all came off, and it didn't. I don't. I don't know that I think anything neglectful or child abuse could be. I mean, you could say that about the lock on the fridge if you wanted to, but we also have to remember they had a toddler, and baby proofing your house is a thing. And you know what I mean? So I don't know if I'm prepared to say they were locking the kids like Jack and Lily out of the fridge to keep them from getting food. Does that make sense to anybody? It's not, to me, that's more evidence of baby proofing a home more so than it does neglect of the older kids. If that's your argument, then like, why could it be that the baby proofing didn't include the sliding glass door because Meadow couldn't open it? Do you know what I'm saying? Um, I she was 16 months old. So even if she wasn't walking yet, even if she was a late walker, she would have been crawling. But I don't know if a child that young could open the fridge. So I mean, there is an argument to be made there, but there are also mitigating factors and reasons for those pictures that are legitimate. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm sh- I'm reading your mail, Pokemon Princess. I really am. But I have a hard time believing that that was 24/7, even in the house when nobody else was home but her and the kids and Daniel. Seems to me like they're probably more so on their phones and not paying attention to what Meadow was getting into, so it would be easier to baby-proof everything. Because I'd venture to guess she didn't have Meadow on her hip when, like, 24/7 when other people were not around. Do you know what I mean? Meadow could get in the fridge if she could crawl. I don't know why people think babies. Right. Me either. I didn't either, but at the same time, I don't know that I would have because my kids were free to come and go. And back then, we didn't baby proof everything. We just watched our kids. And I've always been, even with my grandkids, I was been, you know, you teach them if they're going for something, you stop them and you tell them no. And, it's not 100% necessary to me to baby proof everything. Of course, every child is different and I get it, but it's just not the way I did things. That looked like one of those freezers that open on the bottom and pulls out. Go back and look at it. It does look like I was trying to find the pictures and I didn't have them ready. Lily showed signs of dehydration. Meadow looked sickly. How was their weight gain, etc.? I agree with you, Molly. None of the kids looked like healthy, happy children. In their pictures, they were smiling, obviously, but when you grow up with a camera in your face, like a lot of kids do now, they might they might understand the concept of small for the camera. It also could have been an old lock from when Jack was little. My grandkids spilt my milk all over the floor. That's what they do. Yeah, and like I think at 16 months, it would have been at least walking with help, like along couches and pulling themselves up on tables and you know how babies do that, and then they do the little dance and stuff, and they get so happy because they pulled themselves up on their, you never know. We weren't there, but we had an older fridge that the door wasn't really sticking anymore, and we had to use a child lock to keep it closed. Also, my son, when he was crawling, he would pull himself up on it. Yeah. So I'm just like, for me, I'm not 100% on board with reading into that whole lock on the fridge thing. It's just, it's a non-issue for me. I agree. It was baby proofing. Kids were smart enough at that age, know how to unlock if they wanted it. Really? Because those baby locks that my daughter left on my cupboards and stuff, they're frustrating as shit because I couldn't figure out how to get them off. Because they were new style ones. They weren't the old school. What about Daniel's kids? Come on. What about them? They were older. It looks like an RV fridge or freezer. Doesn't look very big. I feel that is not an issue. Lock on the fridge. I don't. If anything, if they would have said that if Daniel wouldn't have said like they would pull the chair up and grab their snacks or whatever, if they had locks on those too, so that they weren't able to grab snacks, then I would question if their food was being rationed and those horrifying stories. kids go through, but I don't see it on its face an issue. Did everybody just get a glitch? I did. Did the bedroom doors have locks on the inside? By the sounds of it, Daniel did say on DT that he heard the lock on the door rattle. So that made me wonder, what do you mean? Like, did Lily come in or not? Or was the door locked? The stream keeps glitching. Sorry, you guys. Like, my screen keeps going black. If they forgot to close the outdoor access door, I wouldn't put it past them to forget to close the fridge. Still doesn't explain why they wouldn't child lock the front or back door. Right. I'm behind again. Did you see the certificates DM completed on criminal psychology and interrogation techniques? Sure did. Sure did. He said they would grab snacks, yogurt, cups. Yeah. Childproofing. Yeah, I mean, I never did it either, but my daughter does. So, and she is a very attentive mother, and I think part of the reason why she does it is because she's so worried that my granddaughter is going to get into something while she's busy tending to the, 5-year-old or 8-year-old, but I don't know, like I've never tried to raise 3 or 4 kids. So maybe it's a thing. Kiki wrote a comment about Malaya carrying Jack when he was too small. When he was small too, didn't learn to walk until he was older like Meadow. My daughter's the same. I know I keep putting it on my daughter, but zero food touch Friday morning. It's almost like they weren't there Friday morning or something. Phew, I didn't miss you. Sorry I'm late. I have to do replay later. Hope everyone is well. Wow, it's been a little bit dramatic because apparently there's 2 streams going. I am dual streaming to myself. Don't ask me how. If they shared a shop bought bagel, I doubt there was much to rob in the fridge. No, he admitted to taking online courses. Should say he admitted to Taylor some of those text messages that were leaked. Charmaine, for talking's sake, if there was medication in the fridge and the kids drank it, everyone would say they should have. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Childproof your fridge and not your doors. I mean, it posted the screenshots. Yes. Yes, he did. And that was, like I said, from Taylor, Ori, from the ex-girlfriend. No. Online. Crap. Mike has 2 going too? Thank goodness. I thought I did something wrong. And I think it's this thing. And I don't know if you guys can see that, but right now I hit the vertical and now there's 2 of me. There's one landscape and one portrait. Never again. My son used to drink the condiments. Was nasty. Oh man, got into Tabasco. I bet you that would be the last time he did that. It was childproofing for Jack and Lily. I mean, I did an online course for child psychology. Does that make me educated? I think not. Sure. I want to let you know the news about the tip about the kids that were seen at Jordan Getty's was heard a while back when he called into, yes, called into Dolly, right? And he's the one that said that. But I had recently found out more about the tip, more details about the tip, and I was talking about it as part of the big gaping hole that is the Thursday timeline, right? So I thought it was important to bring it up, and certain people got triggered by it. Don't know, don't care. My dog just tooted, scared himself. Well, we did too. Hope you guys didn't hear it, but I just let it go. Whole bottle of ranch on my case of Pepsi. Stuff is like liquid gold lately. So expensive. Why wasn't there locks? Yes. I mean, if you're gonna childproof your house, then childproof your house. Number 52. Is that all? It's 264 people and 52 likes. I have never in my life asked for a like. I'm not going to start now. I was just pointing that out. Because Women's Warrior comes in here and says what number she is. That's the only reason why I even know. You know what I drink out of the fridge? Don't come for me. Pickle juice. Garlic dill pickle juice. Because it's really good for dehydration and it's good for muscle cramps. It solves your muscle cramping issue. And some days it just makes me feel better. But I don't drink it out of a jar. I get like a little glass and drink it. Oh, see, legal. Do I want to read this? Sadly, by the time they find the remains, I don't see how they will be able to tie these two to the crime. Daniel and Malaya will say they were taken, though. I do agree Daniel is feeling a bit squeezed. Lynn, that's not the same. That's not the same. Isn't that oily? Well, I once picked up a gallon of milk in a store where they had them on refrigerated shelves, and the whole shelf fell down and gallons of milk went everywhere. Oh boy. I drink pickle juice too. It's the best, girl. Then, in fact, that's what I had last night. Oh, that's a lie. The night before. Last night I had to cook for people. Thank you, Kaylee. I think this is your first time here, and you're saying how awesome I am. I think you're awesome too, just for saying oh, thank you. Pickle juice is good for you. If you guys can stomach just a shot of pickle juice once in a while, it helps your sodium levels. It's just terrific for you. Did it really? Stop it. Don't ruin my life, Bev. Those jalapenos. Love them. Paragraphs of deflection, where those ones that I showed earlier. I think 2 channels are live at the same time, Clutch and good for cramps. Yes, it is. It's really good for cramps, but it's eating away my stomach. I don't. Yeah, no, a little tiny bit, like a half a cup a week, maybe. Oh, McChicken sauce is the best. McChicken sauce with fries. Mm. I'm sorry, Lynn. That's just nasty. I've officially changed the subject to pickle juice, and I'm sorry. Sauerkraut is excellent for I cannot do it. I've tried. And this is absolutely not. Never. I can't even smell it. I bought blueberry prune juice thinking that I could stomach that one time. No go. Have you tried dill pickle pizza? As a matter of fact, before it was all the rage, my daughter worked at a pizza place when she was like 15. And after hours, she was allowed to make a pizza to take home. And she loved pickles. And she would make herself a dill pickle pizza. Yeah. I also make a killer dill pickle soup. It's a cream soup. It's a very thick cream soup. And I put very spicy. I've got these pickles. They're Grim Reaper pickles. So hot. Can't even take a bite of them. But like a couple of drops of the juice in my soup. So good. Mattis Catter's a killer chef too. Like she's always giving me recipes and stuff. So good. Dill pickle soup, yeah. What is it called? Okay, so Google the Noble Pig Dill Pickle Soup. Do that recipe, but add in a little bit of cayenne pepper when you're done. Best soup you'll ever have. And if I were you, I make it thicker. I make it very thick. So good. So good. Anyways, do you want to get back to the case? This here we'll talk about really quickly. Pickles on nachos. Yum. You know what I like? I like pickles in salads. Even pickles in a Greek salad. Don't come at me. Try it. Try it. Change your life for the better. I do have this that we're going to talk about real quickly. November 14th and November 15th. They do need searchers. So if you're in the area and you're able to help out. And I did pass along, I'm not going to mention any names, but I did pass on your offer for the boats. And it did reach the proper ears. I don't know that they need them this time, but possibly in the future. So if that day comes, I will definitely let you know. Ian loves olives too. It's but yeah. So here's a search at pleasebringmehome.com, and you include your name, email address, your emergency contact, your name and number, and that has to be somebody who's not searching. Okay. And then Johnny actually sent me some very helpful information if you're kind of on the fence whether or not you want to help because you don't trust the weather or whatever. You know, it's not bad. It's not bad. It looks like 0 degrees, and then during the day on Saturday, 2 degrees, 60% chance of flurries. And then overnight, it's going to be a mix of snow and rain with 0 degrees. And then Sunday, 3 degrees, cloudy. So not a bad day for a search, but it's definitely going to be the last opportunity until spring. And this is a very, very important search. So if there's anybody can get out there and help, spread the word, right? Let's spread the word and get as many people out there as we can. I wish I could. And honestly, just because I'm across the country, if I wasn't going to work in Alberta in like 8 days, I probably would try to get out there to help. And I'm sure that post is everywhere on Facebook, but if you just take a minute, write down the information that you need, even if it's just to create your own post on Facebook to share with your friends if you're local, or if somebody's able to get there. That'd be great too. Let me just have a look at. And I think I did tell you guys that I asked Belinda about Kiki if she knew if Patty really did ask Darren to go and intervene, and Kiki doesn't even know who. Obviously, she's heard of Derwood O'Grady, whatever, and all this bullshit. But as for a family member, she no clue who he is. So she can't confirm or deny that. So, um, I'm not going to put this up because I'm not going to out the person that sent it, but I am going to, Cindy, because I said I drink pickle juice and I don't remember how it came up, but I was going to say something. But anyways, I'm not going to put this up, but Belinda the other day, she did share with me the reason why the November 1st second search was put off. And so I'm going to read it, and I'm not going to out the person that wrote it, but just so that you guys know what it said. Hi, so the search for Lily and Jack is the first weekend in November. I have mentioned to many other people this date did not work for me to come out and help search due to prior commitments. My own son's birthday weekend. Anything we can do to have this search happen the second weekend of November? Because that's a bummer. I wanted to be part of this. And I had mentioned this to you on the phone in a conversation we had. I feel as if all families should have been asked about a date that worked. I'm sorry if that comes off as rude, but I'm quite upset. Now, imagine how Jack and Lily feel. If you truly think they're alive, imagine how Jack and Lily feel. And if they're alive and they're brought home and they grow up and they see that shit, hope you're proud. Because now 14th and 15th of November, legitimately the last time to search before the snow falls. Hope you're proud of yourself. "30 minutes north of Cincinnati, Ohio, so you can't get there." Another old remedy for a cough is a rolled tiny piece of butter dipped in sugar, and it works really. I've got this recipe for tomato soup, but I add uh, like fresh garlic to it and some cayenne, and it knocks you on your ass, but it clears you out. It does so good. So, and I heard that the search is going to be focused mainly on waterways, and they're looking for, they're going off the assumption that there was a misadventure, so the kids wandered off. So is Kent still with you and Sunny in your chats? He shows up in mine once in a while. I believe he's still, um, like, I don't know if he's still, I don't have time to watch Sunny's lives lately. I try to stop in, but I assume he's still going on her channel. I don't know for sure, but as far as I know, he's still very active. He was in here before. Onion juice for cough? No. My anger is growing. I'm asking surrounding areas to share at church, anywhere to get volunteers. These angels need to be brought home. Yeah. And there is time, like it's the 10th today. Tomorrow is our Remembrance Day, our Veterans Day in Canada. Actually, November the 8th was Indigenous Veterans Day. And I'm sorry I didn't recognize that publicly, but tomorrow is our National Remembrance Day here. But there's still time to canvass and advertise and try to get people to sign up to help search. And from my understanding, they're going to have one trained searcher per group of 10. So, and right now, from my understanding, they have less than 30 people signed up. So that's only 3 groups. So I wish there was a way that we could all be there, because I know every one of us in here would love to help search, but spread out around the world in this group. It's not a child lock. I mean, if you have it, send it. But from the pictures that I seen, and I did have a bunch of them, and I cannot remember who sent them to me. I thought I did, and I pulled it up, and it wasn't that person. So they'll recheck around Janie's property and further out. I don't think that Janie has given her permission for the search to happen on her property. I think she has said that the only people that will be allowed to search her property ever again are the RCMP. Searching is scary. In the moment you want to find, but you don't. Yes. I searched twice for local kids. We were blessed both times and found them a couple of hours or so in. And I was talking with somebody last night, and we were kind of looking at um, Google Earth, and some of when you're going down the road, some of those embankments are just straight down. And I was wondering, like, is there a way to get down in them? Because if they were, hit by a car oh, that's so terrible. But you know where I'm going with that? Is that possible? It could be down one of those really steep embankments that seem pretty hard to get down. High school groups, it's an excellent idea. But I don't think you'd want children out there in high school, maybe. That sucks, who's hoping to get waterways done. I think that's where they're concentrating their efforts. What were waterways? Couldn't tell you. Was allegedly very close to Durwood since childhood. Too bad she won't speak out and deny these allegations. I think she's being protected by Cindy. Durwood actually said at some point that he wasn't even able to talk to Patty for any real length of time before Cindy would stop the conversation. Sounds suspicious, and it came from Durwood, so bucket of salt there. You can't talk about anything because you're 10 minutes behind. We were just talking about pickles and stuff, so fast forward. And dogs would have picked up the scent. Very true. They graded the roads in August, so they pushed gravel further back to the sides as well. Terrible to think. Yellowstone show. As much as I hate to support Janie, I don't blame her for wanting. Yeah. And I mean, anybody could sue her, and if the wrong person goes on her land and twists their ankle, and they've listened to those Janie tapes enough, they might want to just file a lawsuit just because. I hope they're found, but I don't think I would want to be the person to find them. It'd be life-changing and traumatic, but we need them home, God willing. And if you are out there searching, I remember a lot of the people in the Delphi search, they were saying that their searchers, their like search and rescue and firefighters were telling them, like, if you even suspect you saw something, don't walk up on it. Get a professional searcher to go and check it for you. Like if you're seeing something pink out down an embankment or something, don't try to get down there to see what it is. People in the Delphi search, they were even using their cell phones to like zoom in on certain areas, and I believe that's actually how the girls were found, by somebody using their cell phone to zoom in on the other side of the creek. But thankfully that didn't show anything. It was the searchers that actually went over there to investigate that who found who who saw the traumatic site, right? So if you are out there and you see anything that doesn't belong, just get somebody else who's trained, who's professional, to go up and look. And I know that they're still human, but this is what they do, right? So, and then they'll be keeping record of searchers and what areas those searchers are going to be in, and probably timestamps, and they're probably not to be left alone. So I think it would be pretty hard to plant something as long as the search is done properly, you know. If there was blood on the gravel, even covered the blood, yes. My opinion, has any of the properties been checked on Malaya's side as well by the dogs? Don't think so. I don't know for sure, but I don't think so. Law enforcement should search with drones, those mine shafts on the property. Yeah. Has the search team got some kind of safety policy? Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, they've been doing this work for years, which they normally don't take cases like this. They're usually much older cases that please bring me home gets involved in. From my understanding, they were um, somebody involved misrepresented the company and kind of roped them in. They're happy to be involved now, but it's not something they normally would have took on. But they have been in business for years, and so I would suspect that they've got all their T's crossed and I's dotted. And every single searcher that goes out there will have to sign a waiver of liability as well. And there are all kinds of ways to help, right? Like, even if you're not physically able to help, but you can, you know, take down some hot chocolate, or, and I'm sure they'll have plenty of everything, but you know, you never know if you have dry gloves or anything like that. I know Amit Sound is transporting volunteers to the search area, and there's all different ways you can help. So you can still, email them and just let them know, I'm not able to physically search, but anything else that you need a volunteer for, you know, working a desk to keep, like, for administrative purposes. Like, you never know if you have the time, and because I know everybody has the heart to. I know your thought on mediums, but dog tracker sent dogs tracked kids to the end of driveway, which backs up Shannon's theory. And that's okay. And it's not my all, opinion on psychics. Just in this case, I think that they're not helping. And and no offense to Shannon, but we've known about that scent being lost at the end of the driveway for a very long time. And I'm not familiar with Sharon, and I don't know how long she's been saying that. Um, and that's the problem, right? Because most of the psychics that you're listening to are coming out, and maybe, and I'm not saying Shannon's doing this, but they're coming out and maybe acting a little bit naive to the facts that are public, and loosely fitting their reading with what we already know, and then just putting a spin of dramatics on the end of it. And I don't even know what Shannon is saying. Like, this is not about her. It's about psychics in general, in any true crime case at some point. When there's so much publicity, especially online, and there's information everywhere, and then you get all these psychics popping up left, right, and center. Um, it's my own thing. I have trust issues in the best of times. So I can't listen to stuff like that, because it's going to muddy my own mind. that makes sense. I want to stick to the documents, the videos, the screenshots of actual people. I want, as much as we know people are lying and being inconsistent, I still want the words that are coming from them. You know what I mean? I'm meaning that they're asking the public to help. Correct. It's old but effective way of checking disturbed ground. They use bamboo canes, push down and smell when pulling out. That sounds terrible, but yeah, for sure. Another dead giveaway, and I mean, I think it's a little bit morbid, but look for the ravens in the sky. I don't know if there's a bunch of like seagulls and stuff there, but it's really morbid to think about all this stuff. I really hope Malaya and her family show up. One would think Malaya would be number one, right? I mean, I think most of us would be out there searching in any way, shape, or form. But I don't think she'll think so. After the witnesses' names were revealed, I think they will have less searchers. I myself don't want to be recorded. Long flexible scopes with camera could be used for mines. Or they have robots. Expensive, I get it, but I'm sure they have them. People don't want to get involved searching. I'm not understanding. They have several professional searchers out there. Yeah, but I think she's talking about the public in general because people, they're getting doxxed and they're being identified. And even though I don't think there's anything negative anybody can say about a searcher, people would be wary. And from what I understand, in that area, people are wary anyways because of some of the shit that goes on. Yeah, it's not very entertaining for me anymore with this case. It pisses me off, so I stay away from it. So I don't want to not like somebody because there's claimed to be a psychic, and you know what I mean? Like I'm far too judgmental and skeptic for that kind of thing right now. Normally I love watching them, you know, when I do, but just something about the psychics in this case just it soured me for that, and I just don't, I can't listen to it anymore. Maybe after the kids are found. Same. So Aphrodite, he is a pop culture, I can't remember what he calls himself, psychic medium, tarot reader, whatever. He's quite entertaining, and I do like watching him. He does um pop culture readings, and once in a while he will do a true crime reading. He did one on Jack and Lily a while ago, and it was interesting. But he doesn't do it all the time. He's not a true crime psychic. He's like, you know, he'll do why is Harry and Meghan divorcing, or you know, whatever the gossip is in Hollywood. It's funny. Yeah. And I mean some might, you know, I mean, I know what it's like to have a really strong intuition, but there's a difference to, and to, it's just, there's so much in this case that's just not helping. I just think adding more to that pile is irresponsible. Yeah, for sure. But their names, they would have to know who searchers are. That's just common, Marie. I'm not saying they're gonna have everybody on video recording, no, but their names, their ID, it's gonna be recorded. They're gonna have a roster of searchers. There shouldn't be drama. The drama isn't the searchers. It's not the organization that's doing the searching, right? Mm. Belinda wants people to know that many of Malaya's extended family will be there. That's good. Where's Malaya? Hi, Belinda. Thanks for being here. People from the area, as they are likely aware of all that has taken place. I think it's disgusting that psychics are saying horrible things that could have happened to the kids. There are lines that they don't seem to mind crossing. They all should show up and no fights this time. It's about finding the kids. Yeah, they should all be there. I tend to stick with this side of the veil. That's where it needs to be resolved. And I watched Darren Brown do a stunning psychic show with no psychic ability, and it all tainted me. My bad. I don't know who that is. If Daniel stayed away, then she might have turned up to other things. Do we know if she has an order? Because if he is there, she can't go. But if she's there, then he turned up, she can. Like, are you saying a protective order? I don't think so, because if that was the case when he handed her that mail, he would have been in breach of a protective order. So, like, but I don't know. I hope some folks familiar with the words there have volunteered. I hope so too. Durwood being there would be good too. 4. I think he's spry enough to search. I'm with you, Marie. He just needs to go away and stay gone. That is why I think the local are not interested in searching, not for being recorded or known to be helping out. I get that we all want it solved right now, but there's something we're overlooking, very basic in plain sight. I do think the 828 call to Malaya's mom was to set up cover, but Cindy didn't answer. Have you ever heard of Sloan Bella's video? Of course. Who hasn't? No offense. Like, don't get me on the psychics. Okay. Not in this case. I like how you think, Charmaine. You are right. I am glad I am not the only one feeling this way about the psychics. This is horrible what they are describing. I hope they're not right. If they truly believe what they're envisioning or seeing, so call the cops and don't put it on YouTube where the family can see it. Because at some point, that kind of salacious look, sex and murder, blood, it all gore, it sells. So the more salacious your headline or your vision or whatever, the more clicks and views you're going to get. And I understand that psychics, not all of them are in it for that. I understand. So then take your information that you truly believe that you're seeing and hearing and feeling to the police and then keep it to yourself, because putting it out on YouTube, it's, I doubt it. Give me a break. Maybe he needs the attention. I don't know. If this organization is professionals, they would ask for cell phones, so if anything was found, it would not be recorded and shared to the public, all in my opinion. Not necessarily the, I keep going back to the Delphi search. It's in the States, but there were definitely pictures taken at the crime scene. What about hunting clubs? Absolutely. What a better place. These men love to go into the bush. They love doing that kind of stuff, right? And you make them aware that there's a search going on out in the area. because I do believe it's hunting season. So two birds, one stone. You're letting the hunters know there's going to be a search happening in the area. And maybe instead of hunting that morning, they'll go out and they'll help you search. What a great idea, Ben. I think you misunderstood me, not the professional searchers, the people from the area. And Malaya says she is no part of this. Clearly. Exactly. Do not touch it. I put on searches and I had to tell people what they might find and things that they shouldn't do, what to wear and what to bring, etc. Do not touch a single thing. And it's unfortunate these babies are so small, so it's, you know, unless you're spotting something pink or something blue, you know, you pretty much have to be right on top of it before you would even notice. Do you know what I mean? So I hope everybody stays safe physically and mentally out there and emotionally. All right, have a great night. Thank you for being here. Let me know when you get your bracelets, please. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Searchers are supposed to be lined up and combing. Yeah, grid search. But there's all kinds of different methods of searching. So yeah, I don't know. Hey, Tom. Just believe, have faith, pray. Yes, absolutely. Spirituality is so important. I had to write out the safety policy, but of course I had to help from SARS. All should be welcome. The more, the better. It's not a time to fight, 100%. And even if, I'd like to say, even if there was a protection order, they're not going to be searching. Not all groups are going to be in the same vicinity, right? Like Daniel's group could be way over here, and Malea's group could be. There is literally no excuse for mom, grandma, step-grandma, stepdad. They could all be part of different groups. Get out there and look for your kids. I hope some hunters show up. Yeah. Yep. But I was talking to two of you at the same time. I understood it was locals you were referring to. Okay. Hey guys, I think we should wrap it up. Cindy not answering that 828 call does, in my opinion, prove no setup of any description. I agree, Charmaine. Any info should go to the police, not the public. That's playing on people's emotions. Mm-hmm. They were 4 and 6 years old when they went missing. So no matter what happened to them when they're found, I don't think the family need to know the details at this point. All the authorities not hearing me. Yeah. I'm hoping to, but I'm not as healthy as I was 5 years ago. Yeah, just email them. You never know. You never know what kind of volunteers they could use. And even if they can't use a volunteer, head down there with, they're probably going to have all kinds of coffee, tea, and hot chocolate down there. So maybe take some cold drinks, or I don't know, some muffins or just something to make somebody smile, keep the morale up. Know what I'm saying? There's all kinds of ways to help. Hi, Mary. Oh, Sarah, thank you. Please bring me home. Helped us as well. Good people. So it sounds like she does have an order and she is enforcing it. I report Daniel for every breach, and Daniel keeps doing small things to push the boundaries, just slightly sounds like it to me. That's pretty typical, isn't it? I mean, Daniel seems to need to push. And there were some other things that I wanted to talk about, but I'm still, I was ready to throw in the towel, but I'm not doing that yet. So there's other things that we will talk about if we need to. Hopefully this weekend the kids will be found. Someone can find out Nova Scotia time of search Sunday. Johnny, do you know? Belinda, do you know? To be honest, if she wants to go and search, she can ask the RCMP to tell Daniel he is not to attend under any circumstances. But they don't have to be in the same search area, Women's Warrior. He didn't show up to all of mine, though we're behind the scenes after a while. Hey, Char, have a great night. Snuggles for Harley. Hey, snoring on the couch. Jason's actions affect Dylan, which is wrong, yeah. There would be literally no reason for her to need protection while searching. It's a search for children. So what do we think he's going to do? Do we think Daniel is going to drag her into the bush and, do you know what I mean? Like what do we think this is? Like, he's not hunting for her. They don't have to be in the same search area. And all I'm talking about is the piece of paper that says if it's a protection order that he has to stay 100 yards away from her, or whatever it says. They don't have to be in the same vicinity. But I mean, if you guys are worried that Daniel is hunting Malaya down to hurt her in some way, you're wrong. That's not going to happen. It's not going to, especially during a search. Stop it. Common sense. Logic. There are professional rabbit hounds with cameras, GPS speakers on the hounds. Voice from the hunters tell them which way to go. Those hunters' dogs won awards. I wonder how much they cost. Expensive? Surprised I have not seen the search announced on any of the Nova Scotia Info, Ask Nova Scotia, etc. pages on Facebook. It's another good one for Belinda and Kent. Hopefully they're reading your mail and they can put this poster everywhere. And Johnny too, because you're the one that sent it to me, I believe. In May, there was a search. He has not been forgotten. Yeah, poor Dylan Eller. Same as Darius McDougall, you guys, still missing. We will be looking into that. There is a movement for Amber Alert reform in the country. I am trying my best to get the link to it because it's a whole group and you join the group and then you sign I don't think it's a petition, but it's a support. I'm trying my best to get that. Normal circumstances that would be unwise for Malaya to search. What if the kids were found if she genuinely had nothing to do with it? But who knows in this odd case? Yeah. But the people wouldn't be pressuring her to search, Lori, if she had been publicly looking for her kids, pleading for her kids' safe return, anything other than that letter that she wrote. You know what I mean? I wouldn't even think about it. But most parents would want to be part of it. And just like that other family member who had other engagements that weekend, bummed them out because they wanted to be part of the search. Exactly. It's not about that. It's just his presence or family around him. I mean, I understand it. So we got, you know, we have the camp that think Malaya is the victim of domestic violence, and we believe that she has no involvement here, and she's just basically hiding because she's afraid because of the trauma that was put upon her by domestic violence. Maybe. I'm just gonna leave that hanging. Maybe. Doesn't have to search yourself, but where's her community? I'm so happy you were fighting to help little guy out west. Poor little guy, yes. Not being posted maybe because all the YouTubers claiming please bring me home is a scam without knowing anything before they make fun. Yes. Could be. This case on YouTube is a freight train heading straight towards a cesspool. It is sad to watch. You signed it? Absolutely. Please do. Everybody's entitled to their opinion, absolutely, and more than welcome here. If anyone can let Belinda know about these professional rabbit hounds, they would do it for free. No shit. For sure. You don't get claim victim with kids, you get out. Hey, Renee. Good to see you. Yeah, I agree. I was so mad I watched one live about Please Bring Me Home and how he trashed the heck out of them. Tremaine, I understand, but nobody should be putting pressure on her. The police are capable of doing that, and I'm sure they will. For confession, yes. Not me, confession, information, cooperation, yes. But look for your kids. Look for your kids. There's a certain place she mentioned should be still looked at. Every place mentioned by any of them need to be checked. And even, you know what? Even that lake behind Jordan's house, I'm not saying Jordan had anything to do with it, but why aren't we checking there? Or scrapyard? Finding solace. Long time no see. I don't think she not involved at all. I think she should have been advocating for her children. No excuse for that. That's all I'm saying, guys. That's all I'm saying. People wouldn't expect to see her or expect so much of Malaya at this point had she be looking for her kids or advocating for them at any point. You know, no different than Daniel. Nobody believes a word he says, but he's done it to himself, just like Malaya has painted herself in this corner. That letter makes me sick. Yeah. I think they're planning on doing the waterways. Yeah. Hi, Diesel. Believe in anyways. 100% Charmaine, stop babying and protecting her. She's making a lot of excuses. Yeah, they're her kids, and you got time to go quadding and, work on your new relationship and, you know, and you have time to post. You have time to use Facebook to plead for your kids. Turn off the comments, you know? You wonder, just kidding, I'm just bugging you, Miss or Leanna. I wonder, me too. I wonder. I'm not defending Malaya, but the police know more than absolutely. For all we know, she could be talking to the police. And you know what? There is a big part of me that believes that's exactly what's going on. But it's still no excuse not to be publicly advocating for her kids. She doesn't have to engage with the public to use her Facebook. She just doesn't appear to have too much to say about her missing kids. That's all. hoping peeps with drones show up to see if the darker areas. Hey, listen, you guys. I mean, if Daniel shows up, you know that there's going to be drones following him. So let's hope Daniel goes searching so that all the drones that are following him can go and search with Daniel. Know what I mean? See? I think she's numbing herself partying. Absolutely. They owe us nothing. She owes it to her kids. And just for argument's sake, say they are found alive and well. They will grow up one day and they will see this stuff and they're going to be like, Mom, you didn't even look for us. What? What? Was this stuff all true? And then they're going to have Daniel's side of the story to go on. She needs to look for her kids. And she needs to get out here and shut Durwood and that native reservation theory down. Her, Cindy. They need to get in front of that. Maybe she's one of those regretful parents. I think she is very emotionally immature. Malaya reminds me of Casey Anthony. No, it's terrible, but I thought that today. Daniel, he can outrun them though. Yeah, but at least there'll be drones chasing him. Her new boyfriend, same old pattern, but Daniel had a girlfriend. When you're not good with yourself and you're constantly looking for somebody to validate you, big deal. Me too, however, there could be a valid reason why she isn't doing that. But her whole family not speaking out leads me to certain conclusions why she isn't doing so. She may be boxing her. Yep. Burned up vehicles and bandits. Search everything. Think Jack and Lily are alive? They will see Malaya loves Meadow and not them. How tragic for them if they ever get to see this. You gotta learn to live with yourself first. Exactly. Malaya knows those babies aren't coming back. That explains her attitude. But the type of car the witnesses heard, the police would have checked who they were registered to. And maybe there's a group of people with a vehicle that could drive around and post posters on the poles if we can't search. Sure. Anything is going to help, right? She doesn't want kids. I hope she's on birth control. I disagree that we don't deserve answers. The community certainly does. At this point, I think so. I do. I do. I agree. Yeah, her actions and lack of involvement in the search for her children tells me all I need to know. If law enforcement know more, they would encourage her to make a public plea, but they can't force her to. Poor kids praying for Jack and Lily. Thanks for coming in. You're coming in late. I still did not fix the intro. And guess what I forgot to do? However, as CPS said, Meadow is in care. She is in a foster home. She is living in a foster home 3 blocks from where Malaya lives. Is that what you mean by care? Malaya was a great mom. Could be. They were a lot younger. Just wait. Don't leave yet because although I'm going to have to take just a second here to remove some stuff, I have a few pets that I want to show you. I did not have time to do a slideshow, so I'm just going to pull up pictures of your pets. I didn't get anything that brings you joy, which is fine. It's whatever. But I did get a few pet pictures that I want to share with you guys. Maybe I'll put this one up while I search. And you know what? I think his name is Baby. I don't mean any disrespect if I'm wrong about Baby. Aw. And some I know I could not find the name. So we're just gonna do, because I keep saying I'm gonna remember, and then I don't. But at least I'm remembering today, and it might be a little bit disjointed, but it is what it is. And stick around, see if your pet got pulled today. Honestly, if not, resend with the caption pet so that I don't lose it. All right, so and then here's another one of little baby. Little baby. Oh, pretty eyes. Now this next two are Melissa, American Justice. This is her baby. Too sweet. This is Mohawk of some kind. But yes. This baby we're yes, okay. Carol. Thank you, Carol. Right. And then I've got can't remember this one's name, but this is actually a friend of mine who is in chat. Can't remember her name, but very, very sweet little kitty. Lots of kitties today. Oh, look. And then one last one. Look at beautiful fall picture. So again, if you guys boop exactly boop. If you guys have pictures of your pets or whatever brings you joy and you want me to share it with everybody, send them my way. I prefer you send them to my email with the pets in the subject line, just so they don't get lost. I get so many messages, and I will share them with everything. It doesn't matter what it is, as long as it brings you joy and you want to share it with everybody, because this is a dark space. We're never talking about anything good. We might steer off and talk about pickle juice or this or that. For the most part, it's a very dark subject and very depressing. And so just send me stuff to bring you joy and spread the sunshine to other people. I think it will be very helpful. Sure. Diesel, absolutely. Absolutely. Love all animals. Just really quickly before we go, I'm going to put this back up. Please try your best to send far and wide, put it in your, hunting clubs. If there's like a dart night or whatever in your local community, just let everybody know that they're still looking for searchers. Do you know what I mean? So, sign up, email, search at pleasebringmehome.com with their name. And then, like I said, even if you're not physically capable of helping to search, there's probably other things you can do. So my email is truecrimestorypod@gmail.com. I'll put it in, actually, I will put it on a banner just for a couple of minutes. And I don't know. So yeah, it's, can literally write it down, email me, make sure pets is in your subject line. If you want your puppies or your kitty's name, make sure you tell me that too. And other than that, I hope everybody has a fantastic day. Tomorrow we'll see. I don't think there's anything coming out. Like I told you the other day, that those documents that we're waiting for, we're going to be waiting till next week, the later part of next week for that. And if there's nothing else, I'm going to go. And I didn't fix my outro yet, so it's still long, and I forgot to add Hunter S. True Crime, but he's doing a bang up job on this case. Thanks, Ben. Thanks, Mons. Thank you so much for everybody being here, and I will see you next time. Bye.
We're going down the rabbit hole. snow.